Burkina Faso's bold move towards nuclear technology has sent shockwaves across the globe. A nation that many might not expect to be at the forefront of global defense developments is now aligning itself with one of the world's nuclear superpowers, Russia. This alliance between Burkina Faso, led by President Ibrahim Traore, and Vladimir Putin's Russia is not just about military cooperation or defense. It's a deeper, more strategic partnership that has vast implications for Africa and the world. Let's take a step back and break this down. We've all seen how international alliances and military partnerships can either uplift or destabilize entire regions. But what's happening between Russia and Burkina Faso is unique. It's not about a simple transfer of military resources or equipment. It's about nuclear technology, and that raises the stakes for everyone. Why would Russia extend its hand to a West African nation, helping them advance in nuclear capabilities? And what does this mean for the future of Africa, the West, and global power dynamics? Chapter 1. The Russia-Burkina Faso Alliance. First, let's talk about the root of this partnership. In June 2024, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov visited Burkina Faso as part of a broader diplomatic effort to strengthen ties with African nations. Russia's growing interest in Africa isn't a surprise, but the depth of its engagement with Burkina Faso is unprecedented. Russia is already involved in several African countries, including Mali and Niger, providing military support and security training. But with Burkina Faso, it's different. The relationship started evolving after the coup in 2022, led by Captain Ibrahim Traore. Traore, a leader with a vision, actively sought out new partnerships, ones that would empower his country to move away from the traditional reliance on Western nations like France. By doing so, Traore positioned Burkina Faso as a pivotal partner for Russia, a country looking to extend its influence amidst strained relations with the West, especially due to the ongoing Ukraine conflict. So, what do you think about the strategy? Do you believe a country like Burkina Faso can benefit from shaking off Western dominance and forging its path with Russia? This approach might seem risky to some, but it also holds the promise of self-reliance, which Burkina Faso has long sought. Chapter 2. The military aspect, why it matters. One of the first areas of collaboration between Russia and Burkina Faso has been military aid. After Lavrov's visit, Burkina Faso received military instructors from Russia, whose mission is to transform the country's army into a highly skilled and disciplined force. Russia, with its extensive military experience, brings a different kind of training, more rigorous and effective than what Burkina Faso had received from Western allies. The stakes are high for Burkina Faso. The nation faces numerous threats, from internal terrorism to border insecurity. With Russian military support, Burkina Faso hopes to combat these challenges more effectively. But there's more at play here. Russian military aid comes with the promise of self-reliance, something that Traore has emphasized repeatedly. The idea is to build an army that can defend the nation without constantly depending on external powers. But as you might guess, this has sparked concern in the West. Russia's growing influence in Africa has Western powers, particularly the United States and France, on edge. The presence of Russian military personnel in Burkina Faso and the increasing military collaboration mark a significant shift in regional dynamics. What do you think of this move? Should a nation like Burkina Faso depend on Russia for its military development? Or should it have continued its relationships with Western countries? The decision to cut off former ties in favor of new, possibly more controversial ones, brings about complicated questions of loyalty and long-term sustainability. Chapter 3. The Nuclear Question. Here's where things get even more intense. The partnership between Russia and Burkina Faso is not just limited to conventional military aid. In a groundbreaking move, Russia has shared nuclear technology with Burkina Faso. This comes after a series of agreements and memorandums signed at the St. Petersburg International Economic Forum between Traore's government and Russian nuclear agency Rosatom. Now, nuclear technology can be a game changer, especially for a country like Burkina Faso, which is seeking advancements in energy, agriculture, and healthcare. Peaceful uses of nuclear technology, such as improving medical diagnostics and boosting agricultural productivity, can revolutionize the nation's infrastructure. But let's not overlook the elephant in the room. The potential for nuclear weapons development looms large. This is where things get tricky. Western nations are on edge because of the dual-use nature of nuclear technology. While Burkina Faso insists that its focus is on peaceful applications, the West worries that access to nuclear technology could open the door to military applications in the future. After all, countries like the US and France are wary of nations gaining nuclear capabilities, especially outside their sphere of influence. Would you agree that it's fair for Western nations to be concerned? Or should Burkina Faso have the right to pursue nuclear technology for peaceful purposes without constant scrutiny? The truth is, many African nations have long been under the thumb of Western powers. This new chapter of collaboration with Russia could signify a shift towards greater autonomy, but it also brings the world closer to a new kind of tension. Chapter 4: Burkina Faso's growing influence. It's not just about military or nuclear capabilities. Under Ibrahim Traore's leadership, Burkina Faso is rising as a key player in reshaping Africa's international alliances. By aligning with Russia, Traore is positioning Burkina Faso as a bridge between Russia and other African nations, particularly Mali and Niger. This creates a powerful network of nations united by a common goal: African sovereignty and independence from Western influence. This growing influence is already changing how the world views Burkina Faso. Lavrov's visit in 2024 underscored the importance of the nation's role in Russia's broader African strategy. But what's truly remarkable is that Burkina Faso is now seen as a contact point for Russia to deepen its influence across the continent. It's not just about receiving aid anymore. It's about shaping Africa's future on the global stage. In December 2023, the reopening of the Russian embassy in Ouagadougou marked another pivotal moment in this evolving relationship. For over 3 decades, diplomatic ties between Russia and Burkina Faso had been dormant. Now they're back and stronger than ever. What's your take on Burkina Faso's growing role in the global arena? Can a small country, often overshadowed by bigger players, now hold the key to Africa's future? Or is this alliance with Russia too risky, potentially alienating them from other important global partnerships? Chapter 5: The potential for nuclear weapons development. One of the most pressing concerns about this alliance is the possibility that Burkina Faso could eventually develop nuclear weapons. Russia's nuclear policy, as outlined by Vladimir Putin during the St. Petersburg Economic Forum, is flexible. While Putin emphasized that nuclear weapons would only be used in extreme situations threatening national sovereignty, he also left the door open for potential policy adjustments based on future security needs. This leaves the world wondering, could Burkina Faso, with Russia's support, eventually join the ranks of nuclear-armed nations? Such a development would dramatically shift global power dynamics. Western nations have historically intervened in African countries, often under the guise of promoting peace and stability. But if Burkina Faso were to acquire nuclear weapons, it would introduce a powerful deterrent against such interventions. The West, understandably, is alarmed. Historically, the US and France have opposed the spread of nuclear technology outside their sphere of influence, especially in regions like Africa, where political instability and terrorism pose serious threats. Chapter 6: The Economic and Diplomatic Impact. Beyond the military and nuclear implications, the Russia-Burkina Faso partnership has the potential to boost economic development across Africa. Burkina Faso, like many African nations, has long been dependent on foreign aid from Western countries. But under this new alliance, Traore is pushing for greater self-reliance. One of the key areas of collaboration between Russia and Burkina Faso is infrastructure development. The nuclear technology agreements signed in 2023 and 2024 go beyond energy. They also focus on education, training, and public infrastructure. This is a long-term play. designed to build a skilled workforce in Burkina Faso capable of handling nuclear technology and applying it to sectors like healthcare and agriculture. However, there's always a catch. If Burkina Faso fully integrates nuclear technology into its economy and military, how will it maintain its independence from Russia? Will it be able to navigate this new relationship without becoming overly reliant on Moscow? In the coming years, as Burkina Faso continues to deepen its ties with Russia, we'll see how these partnerships impact the nation's economic and diplomatic standing. Russia's interest in Africa isn't limited to Burkina Faso. It's part of a larger strategy to challenge Western dominance on the continent. But Burkina Faso, thanks to its strategic location and growing military capabilities, is set to play a crucial role in this shift. A bold new future. As we watch these developments unfold, it's clear that Burkina Faso is charting a bold new course. Under Ibrahim Traore's leadership, the nation is moving away from its dependence on the West and towards a more independent future, with Russia as a key ally. The implications are vast. From military upgrades to potential nuclear advancements, Burkina Faso is emerging as a major player in global geopolitics. But with great power comes great responsibility. Will Burkina Faso be able to navigate this new era without falling into the same traps of dependency and influence that have plagued so many other nations? Only time will tell. So, what's your take on all of this? Is Burkina Faso making the right move by aligning itself with Russia? Or are they playing with fire by embracing nuclear technology and a powerful new ally? Let us know what you think in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update on this evolving story. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.